Welcome back to the program. This is Capital Market Live on Channels Television. Before the break, we reviewed the year with the Group Managing Director of GTI Group, Mr. Abubakar Lawal. In part 2 of the interview, we take a sneak peek at 2018 and some possible economic drivers in an electioneering year. With the latest MBS reports and the fuel scarcity that we've seen in recent times in this month of December, don't you think we're running out of base effects for inflation deceleration?
I do not. I think it's going to be very momentary. And because the shock we have just seen is a fallout of the following. Look at it this way. There's a triangle that drives this thing. International pricing of oil is one. Access to foreign exchange is another. Okay, then the administrative structure of NNPC and people bringing in product is another. The status of local refinery is another. But if you situate this properly, you discover that Nigeria it won't be long for us to be out of this. One, I see an economy that will free up the oil sector very soon. And once that is done, that puts a paid to it. Okay, that's one. And part of it is that you see that so many refineries have been licensed. I'm aware that larger than Dangote's whatever a refinery will soon come up in 2019. That will ease a lot of, it will answer a lot, put a paid to most of these issues that we have on our hands, because there will be virtually no need gradually for importation of refined product, And once we have crossed that hurdle, that puts a paid to it. There will be no basis even for NNPC to be importing. Rather, we'll be exporting. Other refineries will take. Once you liberalize that sector, just free it. As far as I'm concerned, as an operator, as far as I'm concerned, I look forward to a day that the Nigeria economy will be market-driven economy. We cannot be having controlled economy, subsidy regime. No, I think Nigeria is of age now, and I think we should do the right thing.
So 2018, Nigeria should be opening its calendar for electioneering. How do you see that shaping the markets?
What drives a nation is the economy of the nation. It's not politics. It's because of the sensitivity and the sensibility of our age as a nation. That's why we found ourselves placing politics ahead of the economy. And so our own prayer and our own drive is that the economy will continue to grow at a pace that it will be repositioning itself, and the dynamic repositioning itself that when we are going to have elections, it's going to be just like yet another day, yet like another month. Because that's not going to put food on our table. We are only going to be able, the economy should determine, the state of the economy should be the main focus of campaign.
So demutualization is something that a lot of operators, investors, and the managers of the economy are looking forward to in 2018. How much of this do you think will be achieved next year?
Demutualization is just a process. I'm more particular about what is it that is going to deliver. And so if we leave that and come back to your question, I think the process is going to be rounded up in 2018.
Barring all unforeseen circumstances.
I think the council of the exchange, the management of the exchange, and the advisors have done so much to ensuring that all the fares and all the things that needs to be managed have been managed properly. And I think the other process that is left is just to run through the process.
Do you think the rates that have been hiked by the U.S. Fed will also impact on the economy as a result of the high cost of debt servicing externally?
Debt servicing is not the same as rates out there. For us to service debt, there will have been contract. These are historical development. That's on one hand. On the other hand, if rates are raised, for example, in the U.S., What it will mean to us is that, look, there will be some element of capital finding its way into America. That's on the other hand. And so if you look at it from that perspective, it could impact us. One is cost of fund out there. If we still go to borrow, cost of fund out there is likely to be higher, okay? Because of course you look at your safety considerations and risk and analysis. We mean that cost will probably go higher for nations that are still going to borrow on Wall Street. That's one. Two, to Nigeria, it will mean, it could mean, because capital will probably find its way to where the return is higher. Yeah. So if we are still able to maintain our risk profile balance, what do I mean? For example, insecurity, if you're able to curtail it, if you're able to curtail liquidity management in terms of foreign exchange, and foreign investors and local alike can see that in and out of movement of capital is not an issue. I think Nigeria will still have a very good place in the capital formation process in 2018.
Mr. Abubakar Lawal is the GMD of GTI Group, also known as GTI Capital. And that has been the last edition of Capital Market for this year 2017. Thanks to our illustrious viewers all across the world for being a part of it. I'm Temple Ashaju. Thank you so much once again. I'll see you next year.